Hi, my name is Dr. Jennifer Green, and this video is on the wonderful world of wordless books. I'm a Fulbright Scholar at Al-Balqa Applied University from Western Washington University in the United States. And in a previous video, I talked about the why you should use wordless books in your classroom. And again, that's with any language. If you are teaching Arabic or Spanish or German or English, you can use it. In this video, I'm going to talk about a specific strategy you can use with your students. So I'm going to look specifically at this book called Window by Jeannie Baker, but this strategy can be used with other books as well. I just really like with this one. So what I often do is I'll give students either their own copy of the book if I have multiple copies of it, or I might have a picture from one of the pages. And I give students some sticky notes or a piece of paper next to it, and they just write down words, phrases, and sentences of things they see. So for example, in this one, it might be, there's a horse, there's a boy outside, there are trees, there's a house, there's a car. Very basic. And that's a great way to start. And then you could have them even write like short paragraphs to describe their picture if you wanted to extend it. Now, when I only have like an hour or an hour and a half with students, I have them work in groups. Different students have different pictures. And they do this, right, to just sort of get their brain thinking about the language. Because we all have lots of words in our head, but sometimes we can't immediately think about some of these detailed words. And so working in small groups, they're talking, they're sharing information. Again, they're writing down some words, so they're using some oral language, they're using their writing skills. Then they get together with a different group and they compare two pictures. And they talk about what is the same and what is different. So it might be about the age of the child, it might be about the houses. So in whatever book you're using, and it does not have to be this one, but comparing pictures, like, are the characters the same in both of them? Are they in the same location? Is it in the same time frame? Like, what is the same? What is different? And you can provide some sentence frames to help them. For example, in this picture, there are 3 houses, but in that picture, there aren't any houses. Or in our picture, there are some birds, but in your picture, there are many, many, many birds, right? So you can help them construct their sentences. You can also then have all the different groups put all the pictures in order. And I've done this with university students, and it is very effective because what they have to do is, I have one person stand up, they describe the picture, then I bring up another student, and they have to decide, do they go before or after that picture? And then the third student, before or after, in between. And they have to give evidence. They have to provide rationale for why they believe they are in the right spot on this timeline. And that can be challenging for students. They're using critical thinking skills, they're using their language skills, sometimes they have to defend themselves because people disagree, and so they're pointing things out, and there's a lot of language that is happening during this time. And then all of a sudden you have 10 students in a row putting the story in order. So that's one way you can use this book. But the other part of this book is it shows urbanization. Right? In the very first picture, a mother is holding a baby, and she looks out, all she sees are trees. That's it. And over time, more houses are built. Stores pop up. Skyscrapers eventually pop up. And then the baby in the first picture becomes a man, gets married. They move. He's holding his baby in the last scene, looking at a new window, And there's a for sale sign across the street. And so it continues. And so you can have conversations about change over time, urbanization, how the view outside your window has changed or not changed. If you were to look outside the perfect window, what would you see? What do you hope to see outside your window in 10 years, right? You can connect it to your students' lives. You can have conversations about, real things that happen outside of windows. And so there's all these great connections that you can make to what your students are interested in, and you can make it fit the language goals of your students as well. Thank you.